What's up guys, my name is Brock, you're watching The Modest Man, and today I'm going to show you my updated everyday carry. Okay, everyday carry or EDC is just the stuff that you take with you when you leave the house every day. Maybe you carry it in your pockets, maybe you have a bag, but it's just those things that you can't live without. Now, I did my first EDC video a few months ago, and since then, I've made a couple of changes, a couple of additions, and a couple of upgrades. So I want to share those with you today. Okay, first up, and let's be honest, probably the most important, we have the phone. The fingerprints off here. This is the iPhone 10 or the iPhone X. Now, I'm definitely somewhat of an Apple fanboy, but I don't always buy the latest and greatest. When I'm eligible for an upgrade, I usually take it because I do use the phone for work. Sometimes I use it as a secondary camera, and the camera on this phone is amazing. It does 4K, slow-mo, high frame rate stuff, and it's just a really good video camera. So I'll use it as like a top-down camera when I'm doing videos that show the desk. I'll use it as a secondary camera if I'm doing outfit videos, and then of course I'll use it, for Instagram and stuff like that. Now, the one thing I don't like about it is the size. I wish they had a smaller version. I liked the size of the iPhone 4, 5, 6, and 7 a lot better than this one, but you do get used to it. And the other little things like the Face ID, once you get used to it, you can't really go back. As you can see, I don't keep a case on my phone. I think it's just perfectly designed hardware the way it is. And I know it's kind of risky not keeping a case on, but I just don't like the extra bulk. So I keep this in my front right pocket, and I haven't dropped it yet, so knock on wood. Okay, next up, and also very important, we have the wallet. Now, I'm a big fan of minimal, slim wallets. I like to be able to keep my wallet in my back left pocket or my front left pocket, depending on where I am. And I don't carry a ton of stuff in my wallet. I carry my driver's license, debit card, a couple of credit cards, and then a little bit of cash, usually just like $50. I don't really use cash very often. So this is a slim wallet from Anson Calder. I used to actually carry another wallet from Anson Calder that was their 1/8 inch card holder. It was even smaller and slimmer than this one, but I found that I just needed a little bit more room. So I upgraded to this, and honestly, this is the best wallet that I've tried, and I've tried a lot of them. So it's not cheap, but if you're gonna have it for many years, I think it's worth the price. Okay, next up we have my keys. Now, I'd still like to find some sort of key organizer or key slip to make these a little easier to put in the pocket, because when you have your keys all loose like this and you have them in your pocket, they kind of poke around and they're not super comfortable. So still on the lookout for that. If you have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comments. But these are my keys. I have my car key, my fob, house key, studio key, and then this little knife. Now, this knife is an addition to my EDC. I never used to carry a knife because I like to keep my EDC as minimal as possible, and I thought that a knife was unnecessary. But time and time again, I found myself looking for a knife, maybe to open a package, and also looking for a bottle opener, to open sodas and stuff. And so I was searching for a small EDC knife that could be kept on a key ring and that had a bottle opener built in, and I found this little guy from Kershaw, and it's a great little knife. It locks out, so you can open it with one hand, and it locks out, so which is a very a safe feature. And then you can close it back up. It's got a bottle opener, and you can keep it on your key ring if you want to. So really cool knife. I ordered a few different really small knives, and this is definitely the one that I find myself using more often than not. Okay, then we have my sunglasses, and I pretty much wear sunglasses every day, even if it's cloudy outside. Since I started to wear them all the time, my eyes are very sensitive now to the sun, so I just always wear them. And I think it's good for you. It kind of helps avoid, wrinkles from squinting all the time, and it just makes it a little easier to be outside. So these are from Warby Parker. I actually have a nicer, kind of fresher pair from Warby Parker that are aviator style, but I find myself always going to these because since they're already kind of beat up and worn in, I don't really have to baby them anymore. So I can kind of toss them around. And that's sort of a theme with all of my stuff. Like, I don't like to have stuff that I need to really baby and be super gentle with. I like to be able to use my stuff. And if it develops some patina, you know, some scrapes and some, you know, scratches and scuffs, that's fine. In fact, I kind of like that. These are prescription, so I can wear them for driving and stuff like that. And yeah, I just really like them. They're like the perfect size and shape for my face, and definitely one of the best pairs of sunglasses that I've found to date. Next up, we have my earphones. Now, these are the Apple AirPods. I always want to call them the AirBuds, but that's something else. These are my second pair of truly wireless headphones. My first pair were the Beats X, which I didn't really like that much. You know, they definitely sound better than the AirPods and they're noise canceling, but I don't like noise canceling headphones because I use these to work out. I use them to go running outside, and so I like to be able to hear what's going on around me. These work really, really well with other Apple products like the iPhone, so I can use them to listen to a podcast when I'm making breakfast in the morning. I can use them at the gym. I can use them to take phone calls. Battery life is really good. Love the carrying case. They're just really well designed. I'd like to see a couple additional features on the next generation of these, but honestly, these are one of the best purchases that I've made probably in the past year. Next up, we have my watch. Now, this is definitely an upgrade from my last EDC video where I featured the Hamilton Khaki Mechanical. Great watch, I still wear it. But since then, I bought this Rolex Datejust 16030. It's a vintage Datejust, so it's from like 1984, 1985. It's got the steel case, engine turned bezel, kind of a slate gray dial with white lettering, original Jubilee bracelet that has a little bit of play, but it's super comfy, and it's just a great everyday watch. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's pretty much been on my wrist since I got it, and I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. I did make a full video about this watch and why I bought it, so if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. Okay, and then last but not least, we have breath mints. I actually like the Altoids minis a little better because they come in that tiny little tin, but I like the taste of these better, and I think that these do a better job at freshening your breath for a longer time. So actually, a lot of the times, I'll take a few of these little guys and I'll put them in the Altoids mini tins. So it's like a smaller carrying case, but then you get these bigger breath mints. So I'll do that sometimes, but I always like to carry some sort of breath mint on me. I don't know, I guess it's kind of a habit, but I just like having something for like after I drink coffee, just something to freshen the breath real quick. I don't really like gum because once you're finished chewing gum and it loses its flavor, you gotta find somewhere to get rid of it, and you can't always find a trash can. So yeah, breath mints, crucial. And that's it, guys. That's my everyday carry as of right now, you know, June 2018. And I'm sure it'll change and upgrade. And that's the fun thing about EDC. It's so personal, and you know, you're always kind of trying to optimize it. And so right now, this is perfect for me, but I'll be sure to do another video in a few months when I have some tweaks and some upgrades. But I'd love to hear from you. So what is your everyday carry? Why don't you leave a comment down below and just list it out, those 3 or 4 or 5 things that you carry with you every day when you leave the house. I read every comment, so be sure to do that. Thank you as always for watching, and until next time, stay stylish.